Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Hey, this is the Layla. I'm woke. I'm woke, you guys. I'm woke. I always wonder how things transpire into trends. Like, what makes things a trend? It's just weird to me how something that can just out of nowhere become something that is so popular. I always wondered how that happened. Is it because one person do one thing and then all of a sudden someone like it and then they go from liking it to everybody just doing it and then it becomes a trend and then before you know it, it's just what people do. I don't get it. I always wondered about that. So the word woke. Oh, you woke. How did that become a trend? I remember when I first heard that phrase, oh, you need to be woke, or she woke, or he woke. And I'm like, what? What is woke? But then I realized that, okay, being woke is actually being aware of the truth instead of just being in denial or being asleep or being unaware of something that is actually happening around you, and all of a sudden you just wake up one day and you realize that something is happening around you, but that something that's happening around you has been happening around you this entire time. You just didn't notice it, and then now you're woke. I just had to just say that. I don't know. It's just something that I had to say. So today's topic is about protecting your peace at all costs. No matter what happens in your life, you need to do this one thing. This one thing is so important. If you can master this one little thing, you will have a good life. And this one little thing to master is called protecting your peace. And I had other podcasts. I remember my other episode that I talked about peace and how to get peace and how to be able to find some kind of peace in your life. This is pretty much piggybacking off of that one, but I wanted to go into a different type of elaboration about it. So let me just get started. So first off, I'm Layla. My name is Layla Carroll. I am a professional certified life coach, and I own the company Imaging Coaching LLC. You can find me online. Just put in imagingcoaching.com. You can book sessions with me. You can also get a membership. So if you choose that you want to do a session with me by the hour, you can do those. Or you could just go ahead and just pay for membership, and the membership that you would get would be 4 sessions a month, and you schedule the days that are best for you based on my availability on my calendar. So anyway, I'm also a published author. I wrote the book, A Change in Directions, a guide to helping you make good decisions. And you can pick up a copy of that from Amazon. And I use my maiden name for that one. So it's Alayla Cavett. That's CAV as in Victor IT. And you can find that book on Amazon. You can also order a copy of it off of my website in the store. So you click on the tab that says store. You can go and order the copy from there as well, along with other products. Well, in today's topic, I decided to come up with this one because I have been challenged this past week. Yes, my peace has been challenged. It's not easy protecting your peace because at some point in your life, something is going to happen to disturb it. And when that happens, you have to figure out a way to get back to your center point, get back to your zone where nothing is bothering you, where you can go through your daily activities without being disturbed mentally and emotionally. And of course, if you're disturbed mentally and emotionally for too long, it'll constantly start developing symptoms that will start having you being disturbed physically as well. I know because I've been through it. And as I have said before, I suffer from migraines. So I haven't really had too many migraines attacks since I have learned how to protect my peace. But they do happen occasionally. And when they happen, oh my goodness, these migraines be atrocious. Oh my God, they're like so horrible. But in this past week, I had to deal with a death of someone that I was close to, and she was an older lady and everything, but she had a nice profound perspective, I would say a profound mark on my life. And I don't want to go into details about her, but what I want to say is that I respected this woman. So when she passed away, I have been emotional. I haven't really shown it too much, but I have been emotional, and my emotions has been going from another level. It's been on another level, even though I don't show too much of it, and that's only because don't no one really understand what you are going through when you lose a loved one or you lose someone that you respect if that person don't know them. So what I'm trying to say is, like, for instance, the person that I had lost who I care for, I know her personally, but my husband don't know her personally. So when someone like that pass away, I don't show a lot of emotions around anyone who don't know that person. And the reason for that is because I don't think that they will truly understand how I really feel because they're not going to feel those emotions. And it's kind of hard to say because most of the time people have experienced losing somebody. And when they experience losing someone, they can relate to you because they know how you feel because they have lost someone too. But I don't know why I feel the way I do when I feel like when I lose somebody and I'm around people who don't know this person. If I show emotions in that way, they're not going to understand. They're not going to get it. It's going to be more so like, I would say, for instance, I remember not too long ago, I had just lost my cousin. He was somebody that I grew up with. And I was emotionally kind of up and down with him because I had already knew that he wasn't going to make it. And it wasn't because he was sick and all that. No, it was mainly because I had gotten a some type of feeling in my spirit that he wasn't going to make it. And how can I describe this to make you understand? So basically, when I had a party. I had a party for my son. I had just finished adopting him, and adoption was final. So I threw an adoption party for him and for myself as becoming a mother for the first time. So when I threw this party, I realized that at the party, my cousin, he was dancing with my mother, and I thought it was beautiful to watch. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. But when I watched him and I saw him, the first thing I thought about was, he's not going to be here next year. I don't know why. It just came to my mind. It was right it was just in my forefront of my mind. He's not going to be here next year. And then I just shook it off and I was like, no, don't be thinking like that. Don't be thinking like that. That's how I thought to myself. Like, you shouldn't be thinking like that. That's crazy. But
We'll be back after a quick break.
if you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Layla Cara style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alaylacarolstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like. Fast forward a year later, he's not here. He passed away. And I said to myself, okay, I don't know why I was so emotional knowing that I was already warned that he wasn't going to be here next year. But I was very emotional because I grew up with him and it was like a part of my childhood is gone because this is a person that I used to look up to. He was a Marine. I remember watching him not put on his uniform, but when he came to the house one day in his uniform and I was like all bubbly eyed, like, oh my God, he's home. And I was a kid and he's much older than me and I'm a kid and he's in the Marine. I'm like, oh my God, look at him, this is so cool. And then I remember seeing pictures and stuff like that when he was sitting home to my grandmother and we would see the picture and I'm like, look at him with his gun. All those things. So but I realized that when I was shedding emotions, it was like I couldn't really shed the type of emotion that I wanted to shed or grieve the way I wanted to grieve because it got cut short. And what I mean by that is that, I'm not putting my husband down and like that, but it was just something that he said that made me feel some type of way. And we was getting ready to go on on a vacation. And I remember him saying on our way to go on our vacation, I understand that your cousin passed away, but I actually need you present with me and not being all sad and stuff. And I was like, wow, why would he say that? Because you don't give me the opportunity to grieve. I'm grieving right now, but I understand that we're going on a vacation and I'm going to be happy about it and be on my best. But at the same time, I can't control if I'm sad because I'm actually sad, you know? So anyway, so I say, the way life is not easy when you trying to put yourself in one place, but then you turn around and you find yourself in another place. That's why protecting your peace is so important, because if you don't protect your peace, your mind will take you to places where you don't really know how to come back from. And it is very, very important to learn techniques on how to center yourself. So you have things like meditation, right? So if you're gonna meditate, you have ways of doing it. Some people use music, soft music to meditate, and then you have some people, they might just make a humming sound and hum over and over again. Then you have some people that might just breathe softly in and out, in and out, in and out. They breathe and they breathe in and they breathe out, they breathe in, and it helps. But then you have to realize that life is still life. No matter how much meditation that you do, you still have to deal with the reality that life is exactly what it is, life. And it brings about uncertainty, things that you was not aware of, things that you can't control, and then also things that you have to learn how to live with and cope with. And sometimes it come in the form of people. And people, man, I'm telling you, you can't control the things that comes out of people's mouths. You can't control what people do. So you have to learn how to control yourself and how you react to things. And that could help you to protect your peace by your own actions and your own reactions to things. So I want to share a quote that I have in my book, and it's quote number 14. It says, "Everyone will not be happy for you." The point is to this quote is never expect everyone to be happy for you in your success. Some people will pretend to be happy for you while others will show you to your face they're not happy for you. Don't get upset with them. Instead, pray for them and ask God to bless them as well. While you are consistently praying for them, God will give you peace that surpasses your understanding. According to Matthew chapter 5, verse 44 and 45, NLT, that's the New Living Translation. "But I say, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. In that way, you will be acting as the true children of your Father in heaven. For he gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good, and he sends rain on the just and the unjust alike." So I wrote this quote because I wanted for whoever to read this to understand that no matter what happens in life, always know that it's not only happening to you too. It also happens to other people as well. You're not alone. Don't think that you're special to a point to where you feel like everything that's happening is only happening to you, whether it's good or whether it is bad, because just like it said in the scripture that God gives his sunlight to both the evil and the good. So both get rain. Both of them get rained on. If it's raining, it's just raining. It's just what it is. If the sun is out and the sun shining, then the sun is out and the sun is shining. It is giving both you and others the same sunlight and the same raindrops. Okay. So also this past week, I had a situation that happened where I thought was over with. I thought I didn't have to worry about it no more. I thought it was completely just gone. So I didn't think no more of it. It was nothing, no thought to put to it. It was just what it is. But here it is a whole year later, and the situation comes back up. So I get information about someone saying some things about me and also saying some things about my husband. And I instantly got upset. I didn't get upset because of what was said. I actually got upset because who said it. And I'm not talking about who said what I heard. It was the person who was telling me the things that was said. And I was saying to myself, whoa, wait a minute. First off, why you even telling me this? Because to hear this come from your mouth, from you, out of all people who shouldn't even be involved in this situation in the first place, it troubled me. And it troubled me because I felt like all this time has passed. Had gone on with my life and forgotten all about the situation at hand, didn't even care no more. And yet, I'm hearing this stuff being brought back up, but I'm hearing it through a person who shouldn't even be involved in this situation in the first place. It was like, why are you even telling me that? So what I'm saying is the messenger should have kept the message to themselves. That's what I'm saying. I don't always want to hear the message coming from the messenger. It'd be better to just hear the message coming from the person who sent the message, not the person who's giving the message that was sent. If you understand what I'm trying to say. That's why they say don't shoot the messenger. That is why the messenger always gets shot. Because you shouldn't be giving the message in the first place. Keep your mouth shut. It's some things you just should keep to yourself and not say at all. Because I'm not questioning the message. I'm not even questioning the person who said the message. I'm questioning the messenger. Why do you feel that you have to even bring this up in the first place? Why are you talking? First off, who gave you the authority to say anything at all about the situation? That is what I'm talking about. So my peace was being disturbed because it wasn't about what I was hearing or the message. It was mainly because of the messenger. And I was like, hold up, man. You're talking about something that you don't even know what you're talking about. You wasn't there, you're not involved, you don't even know who you're talking about, you just talking. And it just had me disturbed, like literally disturbed, to where I was saying to myself, I don't even want to talk to the messenger no more. It's sad. Like, and so, anyways, but when it comes to protecting your peace, you have to learn that if you do not control your emotions and you do not control yourself, because that's what it all boils down to. The way you control yourself is how you protect your peace. You will never be able to protect it if you can't control your emotions and you can't control your actions. It just won't work. It will not work. It will not work at all. You will constantly find yourself in an uproar, always moody. Moody is one of the things that I was all week long. I was moody. I was feeling really moody. I had to really just step back and think. And my mom said something to me yesterday that really helped out. And it was surprising that it came from her because usually she don't always give me good advice. And I say good advice because usually she just don't usually give me advice at all. It usually just be her point, her view, her thoughts, and it's just what that is, and that's her situation, her facts in her mind. But yesterday she gave me some real advice that made me say, you know what? You're sure right. I need to listen to this. So keep on talking. And one of the things she said to me was, you already won. You shouldn't even allow what you heard and what was said to bother you. And I was like, yeah, you sure right. That's true. I don't know why I'm just getting upset about it. And then I had to let her know, why I'm upset? It ain't about what was said. It was actually because of the person who came to me with the message. It was that person that made me disturbed because the person that came to me with the message, I haven't even heard or seen this person in over almost about going on a year and a half now. And even though I'm sitting here happy to see them because I haven't seen this person over a year and a half, to me, I felt like that should not have been a part of our connection of seeing each other in all these years. It just should not have been a part of it. And here it is. This is what you bring up. And you haven't seen me in a year and a half, and this is what you talk about. I was just so disturbed. And I was like, some people just don't get it. You know what? I'm saying to myself, okay, I just found out about someone passing away, and then not only that, a few months before that, I had my cousin pass away, and I'm saying, I usually wouldn't care, but I cared at that moment because life is short and people are dying and they're not living long anymore. And the way people think and the way people decide to put value on things that are so not, and I mean really when I say so not, that are so not important, you're wasting so much precious time, and you're wasting so many years of your life on bullshit. I had to say it, bullshit. You're wasting so much time on bullshit when you should literally be taking the time to figure out what you need to be doing with your life before you go, before your time is up, before you lose the good people that you love, before they're gone, and you want to come with some drama. I am over the drama. I'm fed up with the drama. And the reason why I'm not giving up the person's name or who I'm talking about, because that person is irrelevant when it comes to this topic. So there's no need to talk about who I'm talking about, but just trust and believe that we all have this individual in our life that do that kind of stuff, that you haven't seen them in years, but they got so much drama in their life that all they know is drama. And all of a sudden you see them and you run into them and you think it's supposed to be a happy occasion or reunion, and they bring up some crap and you like, hold up, this is what you want to talk about? I've been literally on a quest of peacefulness, and I've been doing well in that area. And now I run into you and you bring all this dramatic stuff like a whirlwind to me. And I'm like, this ain't gonna work. I gotta separate this. Even though I love you dearly and I miss you and I want to see you a little bit more, but I might not have to see you. I might have to put myself in a position where I go back to not seeing you anymore. But it's sad, but it's just the way it is. So if you got people in your life that's like that, as much as you might love them and want to be around them, you might have to separate yourself from them. It's just the way it is. Because people are complex. Here it is. You are changing the way you do things. You're changing your perspective on life. You see life differently and you're woke. Right? You're woke. That's exactly what it is. You're woke. It's still the same old stuff that's been happening around you forever. You're just now recognizing it and you're now seeing it. You're able to see it now. And because of that, other people around you are asleep. They don't see what you see. They're not recognizing what you're recognizing. So they're still stuck in limbo and they're still in the same world that they always been in. What do you do about that? Do you continue to engage with them and try to be a part of their world, or do you separate yourself from them and you say, you know what, I love you, but I can't be connected like that anymore. You don't see what I see. You're not woke enough to see it. I'm sorry. It sounds like a trend when you say woke enough, all that. It does sound like that. To me, it does. But when you really put it in perspective, you should understand where it's actually translating. And what I'm translating here is that how can two walk together unless they agree? That's exactly what I'm trying to get to. How? If you two are not in agreement with each other, you cannot walk the same walk. You can't be on the same path. You just can't. So you have to separate. You have to go a different direction. You can love people from a distance. Yes, you can. But you have to separate. So there was a scripture in Job, and the devil is in heaven, right? And God sees him, and he asks him, what have you been doing? And the devil says, I have been roaming to and fro to see who I can devour. That's his job, right? So he basically telling God, I've been doing my job. That's what I've been doing. So you have God petition the devil, and he say, hey, have you considered my servant Job? And then the devil says, you have a hedge of protection around Job, so I can't do nothing to him. And he's, I guarantee you, if you remove the protection, the hedge from Job, and you let me do what I'm going to do to him, I bet you he'll curse you to your face. And God says, oh, you know what? I'm going to let you try. You can do whatever you want to do to Job. You just can't kill him. And then he removes the hedge of protection from Job, and the devil goes and do his job. He goes and he afflicts him with all these boils. He kills his wife. He kills his children. His wife leaves him. His friends talks about him and betrayal. It's all kinds of stuff that's happening, and Job just losing everything. He's just sicker than a dog, and he still never curses God. Basically, what I'm saying is Job was on a path in his life way before he got afflicted, and he realized that he knew who his God was. He knew what path he was on. And although Satan came and took his peace away from him, he still managed to stay faithful enough to God to where he ended up getting his peace back. That is a strong belief there. It's a strong belief. It's so strong to where if you are dealing with people who don't see hope, they don't see life ahead of them, they don't have nothing that they're working towards that is of good favor, good peace, good judgment, good anything, favor, whatever. And you around people like that, eventually you will become a lot like them. But if you have your mind made up and you know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are on the right path, no matter how much trouble comes, no matter how much someone's tried to deter you or change you, you won't get off that path. You will constantly you will stay consistent. You will constantly stay consistent. And in that kind of world, to be in a world like that, it takes a strong person. It takes faith. It takes real, true belief and determination to be able to stand your ground, stick to what you got going on in your life, know for a fact without a shadow of doubt that you're going to make it to the finish line. It is not going to be easy. You know it ain't going to be easy, but you keep your faith and your trust in God, and you understand that God is still with you and he's going to help you get through it. You will be okay. You'll be okay. So what I'm saying here is sometimes you have to come from amongst them. If you're around people who are always full of drama, they don't give a care about life. They always feel like someone is against them. They're the victim all the time. You're going to have to separate yourself from that in order to gain growth in your life. Sometimes you just have to leave people behind. Everybody can't go where you're going. Sometimes there's people in your life that they have already completed their journey with you. Their journey is over. And now it's time for you to keep on going while they stay behind and they go a different direction. Have you ever came to the fork in the road or drove your car and you was at a fork in the road and then all you can do is go to the left or the right? You can't go straight. You got to pick a way to go. You've been going straight all this time, and finally you're like, I gotta make a choice here. I gotta either go to the left, or I gotta go to the right. You and another person, let's say you and another person, y'all on that road. Here it is that you don't know if you should continue on the journey with them, but you can't go straight. Keep in mind, you're not able to go straight. You have to go to the left or you got to go to the right. Well, the two of you have your mind in two different directions. While your friend or your partner or whoever this other person is that's with you might want to go to the right, but you like, I got to go to the left. Do you make a decision to go to the right with them because you want to stay with them? Or do you make a decision to go to the left knowing that's where you are supposed to be going? That's how life is. You really have to put in perspective what is important to you. Is it important for you to stay connected to this person that you will go down the wrong road just so you can be connected to them? Or is it important to you to disconnect yourself with this person to go down the right road that you're supposed to go down, which is the left, and get to your destination the way you're supposed to, or get to where you're supposed to go without your person, whoever that person may be, without being connected to that person? It's not going to be an easy choice, but I guarantee you, whatever choice you make, you have to live with the consequences of that choice. And when you make a choice like that, if you make the right decision and you disconnect yourself from that person, they go ahead and go to the right and they go down that road, you go to the left and you go down that road, God is going to give you peace that is going to surpass your understanding. You're not even going to have to try to figure out why you're at peace with your decision. You're just going to know that you made the right decision and you are at peace with that decision. And when the end is near, you'll be able to look back at things and see how your journey was and why you had to make that choice. So if you're a person who wants to be connected to an individual at all costs, remember these things here. Whatever you compromise, you will end up losing it anyway. So compromising your standards, compromising your belief, compromising your trust, compromising the truth, you're going to end up losing what you're compromising for anyway. So if you are going down the road with a person that you're not supposed to be going around that road with, you're going to have a lot of trouble in that journey. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of bumps and humps and holes and all types of obstacles, all type of challenges that shouldn't be challenges, but yet it's a challenge. It's going to be all kinds of difficulty with that journey when you could have just went down the road you were supposed to go down and have exactly what the scripture says. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because your rod, your staff, they comfort me. God will walk down that road with you. So you're not alone, even though you might think you are, you're not. And you will be able to be comfortable while you're going down that road, knowing that you made the right choice. So protect your peace. Always make sure that you are aware when your peace has been attacked. That's how you are able to stand guard against it. There's a scripture that says, put on the full armor of God. And I'm telling you, that's Ephesians chapter 6. If you read it, it'll tell you exactly how to protect yourself. And you will understand why it is so important to protect your peace, because that is what helps you make good decisions. That's why you need to protect your peace. If you protect your peace, it will help you make good decisions. So I hope this helped anyone who's listening and that is trying to gain understanding about why you're struggling so much with your decisions and choices. It's because you need to protect your peace. You need to get your peace back. There's also a scripture that tells you to get your peace back. Just like that. Google it. Say, Google, what is the scripture that says protect your peace? And all of a sudden it's going to come up and it's going to tell you. Or what is the scripture that says get your peace back? It's going to come up. It's going to tell you. So just don't be afraid to trust God. Don't be afraid to stand alone. Don't be afraid to recognize the truth when it's actually there in your face, when it comes to you. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid to let people go either. Don't be afraid to cut people off. Don't be afraid of it, because cutting people off sometimes will be the best thing that ever happened to you. Holding on to certain individuals could be the worst thing that ever happened to you. So don't be afraid to let people go. You're never going to be alone. Always remember this one thing. God is not going to leave you, and he's not going to forsake you. He will always be there when you call upon him. Just call on him and he will show up. He will be there to help you at any time that you need him to help you. Just call on him and trust him. Trust him while he's helping you. Don't interfere in the help when he give it to you. If he provide help for you, recognize that he's helping you and take that as an opportunity to make some changes in your life. So protect your peace. I'm signing out. Alayla.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.